So today is my day off of work and I have a beautiful husky mess to clean up. But before I start doing my weekly home blessing and doing all of my schoolwork that needs done, I thought today would be a great day to do some baking. So I'm going to make a super simple old-fashioned peach cobbler, and I have some bananas that have gotten way too ripe, and so today would be a great day to make more banana bread. So when I was 17, my boyfriend's stepmom taught me this really great recipe for a peach cobbler, and well, let's just say it's been quite a few years since I was 17 and I still have it pretty down pat. So my oven is preheated to 350 degrees, and I'm just gonna take, to start out, half a stick of this butter, put it in this baking dish, then I'm just gonna stick it in there to melt the butter while I make up the cobbler, the actual cobbler. Okay, so I just stuck my butter in the oven to be melting, and I'm gonna mix up the 3 ingredients of the cobbler, and that is a cup of sugar, just regular white sugar. I need a cup of flour, and I'm using my self-rising flour. That's the flour that I've always used for this recipe. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So a cup of flour, a cup of sugar, and a cup of milk. Seriously, how simple is that? I dropped the lid to the milk. That's it. That's all that goes in the actual cobbler. And then we will put the peaches on top when the butter gets melted. I'm just gonna stir this up a little. Okay, so while the cobbler is baking, I'm going to get started on the banana bread, and for that I broke out my little stand mixer. Now, this isn't a big fancy expensive KitchenAid. It's just a cute simple little stand mixer that Henry got me last year for Christmas, and since it's just he and I in our house, this is plenty for us, and so I'm going to be working on this. First thing I'm going to do though is spray my loaf pan. So you just use, this is gonna make one loaf, so you're just gonna need one pan. And I use the baking spray. You can get the name brand, I think it's Pam baking spray or Pillsbury, whatever kind they have, but I just prefer this for my breads and cakes and stuff. So I'm just gonna coat this pan. So, pan has been thoroughly coated, and I'm gonna get started on this, but this is really noisy, so I'm not even gonna try to talk over it. I'm just gonna put just some cute music over it or something, but I will. This is the recipe that I use right here, and I will get this started. Okay, so now we have our batter all mixed up, And the only change I made from the recipe is that my recipe calls for all-purpose flour with baking soda and salt. I did substitute with all-purpose, or I substituted the all-purpose flour for self-rising flour, so I omitted the baking soda and salt because I am using self-rising flour and not all-purpose flour. But now we'll go ahead and get it put into our already greased loaf pan. Oh, it smells good. I think I might have probably let my bananas get a little overripe than what normally most people do, but it just makes them sweeter, and they definitely smell much more banana-y. So now we will go ahead and stick this in the oven to cook right alongside of our cobbler. Okay, so here we go, and there is the cobbler in there kind of doing its thing. I'm gonna move it over just a little and then make room for the banana bread to go in. So there we have lots of delicious goodies going on inside the oven. Okay, so I just had to show you, I got the cobbler out of the oven, and oh my goodness, it looks delicious. And I still have a little time on the banana bread, but look at it in there. Oh, it's looking so good. And between the peaches and the bananas, y'all, this house is smelling so incredible right now. I cannot wait to enjoy some of this delicious banana bread. And then tonight after dinner, have me a big old plate full of good old-fashioned peach cobbler. Okay, y'all, so I just got the banana bread out of the oven. It is still piping hot, and it smells better than it looks, but it even looks delicious. So look at that, like that is looking good right there. I cannot wait. I'm actually fixed to put this on a cutting board and slice it up. Oh, what a good day this has been. Okay, so first thing I do is set it on this little cooling rack to let it cool off, because it's still just a little too hot to try to slice right now. But look at that. Would you just look at that? Oh, it smells amazing. And I put away the stand mixer, and my dishes are in the dishwasher. You may actually hear that going in the background. So I have everything cleaned up behind me, and peach cobbler, homemade old-fashioned peach cobbler, and homemade banana bread to enjoy for the rest of this day. All right, it is the time we've been waiting for. It's time to slice up the banana bread, and I just want to show you real quick. We have some ice cream goodness to go with the peach cobbler tonight, and that is going to be for after dinner. So delicious ice cream and peach cobbler after dinner, and then the banana bread will probably be for breakfast in the morning. So I'm just going to go ahead and slice this. Okay, all sliced up, and then I'm just going to store it in this little plastic container here. And one loaf usually fits pretty good inside here. I'm gonna have to put a little, actually, the slice may be a little too, actually, there. Now, I have my entire loaf of bread tucked neatly in this little plastic container. I'm just gonna put the lid on it. Keep it fresh, and now we can have a delicious slice of banana bread anytime we want it. So I'm just gonna stick it right there, and then I'm gonna wash my cutting board.